Good morning, blessed souls. This is Jen here, as known as Brainy Twin Gemini, for July 9th, 2020. First and foremost, I want to thank you all so much for the love, the likes, the subs, the sense of community on our channel. It really warms my heart, and I love you all so, so much. So many of you know I'm a divine messenger on this journey, and I'm delivered signs and syncs every single day, and I believe these signs and syncs are messages that I'm meant to deliver to you. So in the last week, there's been some crazy things that have been going on. And again, if this resonates, great. If it doesn't, just pack it away in your pocket. But I want to go over primarily what's on the board. I write every single day in my journal, and I take what I feel are the messages that are meant to be delivered to you, and I put them all down here. So some crazy stuff, like I said, I want to go over. But I feel like in the last week I feel like it's over now, but I feel like last week there was a lot of dark energy. And again, I don't follow the moons. You hear me say that often, but people in my circle, they were behaving kind of erratically last week, and like Friday-ish. So I checked to see when the next full moon was, and sure enough, it was Sunday. So you might have been affected by this dark energy. I know that I am an empath, and I take on energy of many people, specifically negative energy. So there's been a lot of negative energy, so be careful what you manifest out there, because that negativity comes back, and if this is your journey, you sometimes will mirror that negative energy back and forth to each other, and it's tough. And like I said, there's been some dark energy, but I feel like you're coming through it now. I want to go over the numbers. And I've been seeing 1111. I don't know if you can see this times a gazillion. I don't even know if there's such a word as gazillion. But it just gives you insight to how much I've been seeing this number. I'm not looking for this number. I don't look for any of this stuff, to be quite honest. It just jumps out at me. It almost feels like sometimes like it's haunting me because I'm not looking for it. And you know, some of the people that are in my circle, they're always so freaked out about some of the things that come to me. They're like, how does this even happen? And I just stopped asking questions. I just know that these messages are messages that I'm meant to deliver. You know, this is a gift, and gifts are meant to be given. This is my sole purpose, to message, to heal, to do whatever. But 1111, so much. And 1111 is a very significant number on this journey. It usually starts to frequent you when you start to wake up to this divinely guided love. So many of you might be seeing 1111. If you are, this is confirmation that this is something far greater, and to follow your intuition. And if your intuition is telling you that it is. Nobody can tell you that you're on this journey except for you. So 1111. Also too, 1111 could be a sign that something may be coming into physical formation. So if you're physically distanced, it could mean that you are coming into physical fruition. And again, I can't speak for all, but some of you in this particular collective group, it's happening. These signs come for a reason. Messages for you. 717, I've got a star on this as well. 717, reunion physical. So it's like just jumping out at me. So a couple of months ago, I did a video, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, I can't remember, said that there was something brewing in the universe. This is probably that brewing, or the fermenting is probably coming into fruition for many, and that's because you're doing the work. This isn't you know, a fairy tale. There's a lot of work that's involved in this journey, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to give you truth. It's a very complex journey. Sometimes I dumb it down because it is very complex, but I'm going to go through some of the complexity of it today, because I feel that, like I said, this stuff comes to me, but I feel that many of you are ready for the complexity of it all, because you're actually living it. And I want to explain some of the things to you. So 717, 444, see it all the time. 10, 10, 12, 12. Those are the numbers I've been seeing, but these two primarily, like I said, to the point of I feel like they're haunting me. So, and again, reunion, physical reunion in the flesh and bone. Moon, dark energy. Again, some of you have this dark energy because you're purging, and with the purging comes the crying, and crying is a good thing. Crying is a release of toxins, it's a release of stress, it's a release of anxiety. So don't beat yourself up for crying. You're healing, you're doing a lot, and be proud of what you're doing. You're doing a lot is required of you on this journey. It's not, it's like I said, it's not a fairy tale. You come in, you activate each other's soul, and you're meant to go into this mass awakening. It's so quick you don't even know what's going on. But if you go with the flow and you seek your truth within, the answers will come. I'm here if you can't get those answers. I'm here to deliver you those truths. So, trembling and tremors. So, some of you have emailed me, and thank you so much for the email and all the love. I really, truly do appreciate you guys so, so much. Trembling and tremors. So, I had that very badly a couple of weeks ago, and then slightly maybe a week and a half ago, not as bad as I did a couple of weeks ago. So it was a Sunday, I was outside, and my whole body started to tremor, to shake, to do whatever, and it kind of freaked me out a bit. It happened for a couple of days, and I can never really understand some of the things that happen, and then hindsight's always 20/20. So then I understand why after some certain events happen along the journey. But what I can say about the trembling and tremors, and this is again my interpretation of it, what resonates, what doesn't, okay? But what I resonate with this particular trembling and tremors is something big is coming for you, and you're going to be clearing some karma, and part of this journey is clearing past karma, clearing karma, and of your ancestors' DNA. And the reason why I say that is because over a week ago, I cleared some karma, and it had to do with drowning, a drowning in our family. And I don't know how or why it came about. I was just sitting outside meditating, and I was reminiscing about a time last year where I saved a woman from drowning in Punta Cana. And I just remember her eyes when she went down into the water. We made eye contact, and I knew she was going to go down. I just knew she was going to go down, and that's why I stood there. And she went down. She blacked out. Long story short of it, we pulled her out to safety, and saved her. And I was thinking about that, a week ago, and I'm like, why? Why did this happen? And then all this outpouring of tears came, and I'm like I was laying there going, why am I crying now? And then I realized that I was clearing the karma of my families of that drowning at that moment. And I'm like, why now? I was 10 years old when I saved the first person from drowning. I've saved 5 or 6 people in my life from drowning. And I'm like, why now? But I guess the divine felt I was ready. And to clear that block, to do whatever. That's why I think the trembling and the tremors came a couple of weeks before. It was preparation of dealing with this karma. And it is very, very close. It was my dad's sister, actually, that drowned when she was 9. So if you're feeling that there's something coming, it's good, because you're going to clear that block, you're going to clear that karma. And it's beautiful and wonderful. While you're going through it, not so much. It comes with a lot of hardship. This journey does come with oodles and oodles of darkness. And it's because you're clearing that karma. A lot is required for you on this journey. With great love comes consequence. Unfortunately, it seems that way now, doesn't it? So many of you are going to be going through this if you're feeling this. I feel this is a prelude to this. So be prepared. It's going to be uncomfortable, and it'll come to you. And if you're not sure, do family tree dynamics. See what kind of trauma is in that family tree. Because if you have awareness of it, you probably will be able to clear it and clear those blocks within. And just know that when you're ready, you're ready. It's not something it can be forced. I feel that the divine said, okay, you're ready. You're ready to take this on. Now, very, very, very traumatic for the family, but it's good. And when I woke up on Thursday, I felt free, finally. And I was like, I can't believe all this time I couldn't figure this out. But I believe that the divine didn't feel I was ready. So a lot of the crying over the last year was actually clearing that karma, because a lot of trauma occurred in the family. Make sense? So you're going to be going through this, some of you, and if you're not already. Dark energy DNA. We went through purging, crying, DNA. Want to go over this DNA thing again. A few months ago, or gosh, I think it was over 6 months ago, I had a dream of my father. And I've dreamt more of my father in the last year than I have in the 20 years he's been gone. He's still here, but his being flesh is gone. And I dreamt more of him in the last year than I have in the last 20 years. And he comes to me as a forewarning, and he also comes to me as wisdom. And 6 months ago, him and I, in my dream, were looking at a sheet of paper. And he was going through this DNA twin flame. That's what it was at the time. And he was like, Jennifer, this and X and Y and all these chromosomes. And I was kind of like, being a little bit argumentative with him in my dream. And he was like, no, this is what it is. This is truly what this is. And when I woke up, and your divine love is truly your divine love. And when I woke up the next day, I was like, okay, I get it. And now as I, endeavor further within myself and voyage within myself, I realized that DNA, when we came together, lights flashing, truth. When we came together, we activated each other's DNA. And we are meant to heal. Big job. Be proud of what you're doing. Kudos on you. You're healing the past, paving the future. So good. Beautiful. You're doing amazing. And I love it. Okay? DNA, you activated that in each other. And you're clearing so much trauma, and it could be anything. It could be addiction, it could be abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, in my particular case, trauma, drowning. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the only thing. There could be other things, mental illness, like there could be a multitude of things that you need to clear. I know for myself specifically, there was a multitude of things I needed to clear. But I feel like that was the last one. Last couple of days, crying. Lots of crying. I already said that, I know, but it keeps coming back to me right at this moment. Just know that you're crying, and the crying is healing. Don't beat yourself up, okay? Don't beat yourself up. You could be mirroring that crying. So what that could mean is that your energy is taking the energy of each other, and you're feeling each other, and just know that you're supporting each other, and you're getting through this together. It's truly amazing. Spiders, I've seen a lot of those in the last couple of days. Power, you're getting to your power. You're not feeling so powerless. This powerless has to do with this dark energy, clearing karma and blockages, and now that you've gone from here to here, you're standing in your power now. You're getting that harmony, that peace, that balance, all of that good stuff. This journey is getting you to where you need to get to, and many of you are getting there, and it's phenomenal. And you should be proud. Butterfly, the time of the year. I live in Canada. There's many butterflies, and again, they've been just coming close to me in the last couple of days, and I feel it always has to do with rebirth and resurrection. And with a rebirth, there's a death before there's a rebirth. What do you think that death is? It's your ego. And you have to undergo an ego death and rebirth into something new. And something new is departing with that ego, saying goodbye, raising yourself up into a higher elevation, higher frequency, whatever you want to call it. Saying goodbye to fear, saying goodbye to jealousy, saying goodbye to worry, saying goodbye to anger, saying goodbye to rage, freeing yourself, and seeing the beauty of what we live and valuing everything around you. Life has new meaning. Life has purpose. That's rebirth. And you're rebirthing. Super. But some of this has to happen before you get to this rebirth. Okay? And just know that it may happen again. So you may end up going in this circle. Sometimes it seems like you're just going in circles. But eventually, you'll get there. Okay? 3 crows. Outside, working on my laptop, minding my P's and Q's. 3 crows fly over. 3 crows, marriage, engagement. So maybe there's a marriage, maybe there's an engagement. What I do know is that in this particular collective group, you want to be husband and wife in the 3-dimensional world as beings, flesh, bone, whatever. And you want to spend the rest of your days together, and you realize and have accepted the love in your heart, which is super duper. And if you don't, that's what I have. Surrender and accept the love. Super. That marriage and engagement. I want to go through invisible interference. What is it? There's people you don't even know interfering, but know their interference will not sever the connection or the bond. It can't be. It just can't. I'm living it. And you're living it. And there's stuff out there that says cut the cord. It can't be. This is divinely guided love. You were divinely brought together to do all of this. So you can't cut the cord. And I don't even know why you would want to. I know it's hard. The physical distance is hard. It is. But if you're truly on this journey, you're not apart. You're together. You have the most beautiful love. You can communicate in ways nobody else can. Interference. People you love. Around you. Friends. Family. Past lovers are jealous. Because they can't understand why you have this love that you have. And you sometimes don't even understand why you have this love you have, because it can never truly be articulated into words. It can't. Not in any dictionary that I've looked in. I'm just saying. It's divine, pure, raw, vulnerable, beautiful, magical love. It is. It truly is. And you just have to accept it. And you have to love unconditionally and do what's necessary. My shoulders are sore. I don't know why. It just came on. Somebody's doing some weight pumping or something. So yeah, the invisible interference, people don't understand. They're putting stuff into the universe. Just know it can't be severed, you know? And be careful, you know? Be careful. Even though people say they want you to be happy, sometimes that interference and that jealousy, because they want that love for themselves, they're putting that negative energy out into the universe. And that negative energy may be cyclical, coming back to the dark energy of the low vibration of the 3rd dimensional world. Be careful who you surround yourself with. You know, we live in a 3D world. We don't live in a fifth dimension. You know, we're full of ego here. And, you know, you can be in a higher elevation 80% of the time, but you're going to go down to the lower vibration because the people that you are with are in a lower vibration. You know, and either you can make a choice. You say, you know what? I'm done with the low vibration. I'm out. Get out. Or you know that you're going to come down to that low vibration when you have to in order to deal with low vibrational, you know, beings type thing. So there is some of that going on, but you will overcome it because your love will conquer. Love conquers all. I have two more. I didn't put something here. Pictures, dates, nostalgia. Lots of nostalgia going on right now. Don't know what's going on there. You're looking at each other's pictures, or like some pictures may pop up in your memories. If you have social media, it may pop up, and you're nostalgic. You're maybe reading messages, each other's messages that you might have sent to each other. Dates may be popping up. Important dates, just out of nowhere. You know, you'll glance and you'll see something and it has some form of a significant date to you. So that could be jumping out at you. Dates, nostalgia. Last but not least, I'm going to go over to the root chakra, and then one thing after that, root chakra. Some of you have some blocks, and if you know how to know if you're having a block, you could have some stomach upset, you could have some back pain, and if you're having that, think of where you're at that moment. What is your thought process? What's your energy field? Root, I believe, is anger, jealousy, fear, stress. You're kind of outside of yourself, you know, and you may be having nightmares. I have nightmares here. If you're having nightmares, that's a good indication that your root may be blocked. So think of what you're manifesting. Like what is your energy field? And if you're anger, frustrated, fear, stress, anxiety, meditate, ground yourself, and get back to that love if you can. And last but not least, I have this, and please nourish your temple. And I have water here. I'm not sure why I put that there, but I feel like this trembling, these tremors, this clearing of karmic, and removing these blockages is hard. It's your body, and you need to nourish your temple with water. I don't know. You need to hydrate your fluids, and also too, I have here ramp up on your vitamin C. I've been kind of seeing this for months. Some have, and then moved away from it. If you're, watching mainstream media, which I usually don't, I get informed by people at work. There's another pandemic coming. It's hit the other side of the world. So nourish you and build your immune system. Make it strong. Then you will have a fighting chance. What people don't realize is that we're so malnourished. There's steroids and antibiotics and a lot of things that we put into our body. And those steroids and antibiotics kill anything good that we put in there. So nourish. And one last thing I'm going to do, because I feel like some of you need it today, is I'll give you a loving message to take with you on this beautiful, beautiful day for beautiful, beautiful souls. I'm going to ask for one card. Whatever falls, falls. And that one wanted to come out. So that's read. Aw, I already like it. I just love, I love love. Your smile illuminates my soul. It makes me feel whole. There is no part of me that your love cannot fill. From the moment we met, I am forever grateful, and I count my blessings each day, beloved Jewel. I love it. I love it so much. True, 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 true. Have gratitude in your heart each day for the love that you have. This is truly a love, or truly a gift and a blessing. And you are all jewels in this world. And again, thank you so much for the love, the likes, the subs. It truly does mean the world to me, and I love you all so much. Have a super day, folks.